Hey, hello guys, so I hope you're doing pretty well. So I know it's been a while since I didn't post a Hero Siege video. Most of the time is because I end the season. I don't have any plan about anything to do. I don't feel like enjoying starting a new character from scratch and grabbing my current item to be able to test some stuff. So sorry for that if I promise you that I will show you this build and this build and this build and I didn't. That's why I'm currently also playing a lot of ARPG such as Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Path of Exile, Last Epoch, Hero Siege, all of that. So I'm juggling around. Yeah, so that's why I'm less efficient with my video, but I didn't forget you. The season 4 is about to start next month, so June 7 June. So I'm really hyped for it. There's a lot of stuff that are gonna change. There are a lot of stuff that are gonna bring back, such as the Bifrost key. In Hero Siege 1 we had this item. It's teleport us on a random location that could be a Uber boss, runes, place, a lady who predict you your next heroic drop. There's a lot of stuff like that. So I'm not gonna go in detail about everything, but there's a patch note that they created so we can follow, such as a roadmap. So I will leave it in the description for sure. There's many other content that probably already show you that, but in case you didn't, I'm not gonna read it all because it will be a too long video, but I'm just gonna point out real quick a TLDR of what it could be. So the Bifrost key, as I talk, the unstable rift, so the ping portal, they're gonna change it, so can bring you to a random location. They're gonna increase some stuff about that. The zone difficulty is gonna change. The drop as well, so it's not gonna be a season about like the crystal chest and the abomination chest. Abomination chest was always crap in general, but the crystal chest with the loot drop, so when you go in a satanic zone like with 200%, and the crystal chest explode with many stuff, and in the dungeon as well, it's not gonna be like that. They're gonna change that. There's not gonna have the gold token for 500k, it's now be 75k, and they are gonna try to reduce the amount of gold everywhere. The shop for Veras and Garas will be less expensive too. So they try to avoid being number about item transaction in the game, selling, buying, and everything. They buff the spawn of Eternal Battlefield. They buff the drop from the bosses such as the Anubis Ink, Gurag Soul, Belly Button Carp, Saturn Horns, and all. The Incarnation tree, so it's basically on your skill tree. So let me just show you. So this is my hardcore characters, and I created with Suko this weekend just to get the achievement done, and I pulled that beauty Harlequin Veil +4 all skill 3 second. I was really hyped. So this is a little parentheses about just like showing that, and we bought this to Garas Leviathan Carcass in hardcore. Huge, insane, all damage taken reduced by 25%, and I've been pretty lucky to pull a 20% life increase, though it's really insane. Alright, so the heroes trees. So hero level, so those little node, there's some that's gonna change. So that's what they talk about here in Incarnation tree. So like just by example, the Fury changed to 15 dex +5 target defense senior, and Fury is just there, so 5 dex and 8% defense senior. The info, all right. So Fury, yeah. So we're gonna have less in our defense, but more dexterity. So there's a little twist here, tweak rather. The dungeon, there's gonna rework them, so there's gonna be sometime bigger floor, but larger area, but less area to explore. So not such as Koflax Tomb 1, 2, and 3. It's gonna be like Koflax 1 and a bigger one. I said Koflax, but it doesn't show here. So by the example of the pumpkin cellar, that is 2 floor, now it's gonna be 1 big floor. The big change, Black Tower. Black Tower is commonly due for the runes drop, higher chance of drop runes dropping. They are gonna increase it on Albert, Commander Albert, like the big guy in the last floor, but now it's gonna be 1 big floor, so that's gonna be something to see. There's some that are gonna have some addition to it, such as the abandon and mine, as most mining nodes in game. So if you want to form your mining skill, it's gonna be there. Probably Satanic Zone, they're gonna change it, so the buff, you can take a look about that. Enemies, they're gonna run faster. They're gonna rework Mavius and Damien boss. We are gonna have new Goblin, because the Goblin was really crazy and fun to chase. Now we're gonna have Runes Goblin and Shadow Goblin. So Runes Goblin probably drop more runes. I don't know if they can drop high runes. The Shadow Goblin, I don't know, but my assumption is that they might drop the Shadow Ram, so I don't know about that. Are they again gonna increase all the life of Act boss, such as Anubis, Carp, Damien, Adin, everything like that, but they increase drop rate, so we will have to see for that. After that, there's a new thing that's gonna be implemented more adequately. So the quest, there's gonna have a daily quest for normal, nightmare, and hell. So we will have the chance to find a Bifrost key into that, runes, satanic drop. Even in hell, you can, if you are lucky, drop a Eric by your daily quest. Not angelic, not unholy. Unholy is the pink one with like extra random stat. So that's gonna be pretty cool. They're gonna change some quests as well, and one here in particular sounds really appealing to me. It is the Ahriman quest. So it's like the dark scarecrow in the first act. If you bring back the Commander Albert head from the Black Tower, so another good things to go for farming runes and everything like that, your rewards is now a satanic charm called Crow's Feather, which increases all your resistance, all attribute, and movement speed. So this is really insane. That was gonna be really good along the way. So I'm really hyped for this one. So that's why it was already alighted, because I just like read again to pump me up for the hype of the season, and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a video to let them know. So this is really cool. Now when you kill the every boss's quest in normal, we're gonna obtain a guarantee satanic. So the first boss is gonna drop some C, Damien, Carp, Saturn is gonna be B, Mavius, Adin is gonna be A. So that's gonna be great for that. There's a lot of quality of life here, so you can now inspect the item on the floor rather than grabbing, identify if it's satanic and look. Yeah, satanic, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna you're gonna see it and identify on the floor, but like a normal one, if you instead of picking a lot of normal or even the mythic one, such as the violet color, you can just take a look. Oh, okay, no, it left on the floor. Angry jump. There's a loadout now, so you can just like switch your build. 2 extra keybind slots, so probably like when you put your spell as QWER 1 2 3 4, we're gonna have extra slot that you can put there. They're gonna change again the icon for Eternal Battlefield, Unstoppable Rift, and Shadow Realm on the map. They're gonna change the player icon on the map. They're increase the relic icon size. That's gonna be good. One big thing as well: Mercenary Resurrection cost lower from 75k to 15k. So it's gonna be really enjoyable to revive your mercenary if it happens to dying for a way higher cost, way lower cost. And also normally in the guild there's like an addition of discount for that, so it's gonna be great for this. And they also later on buff the mercenary itself. Change okay, yeah, the angelic key is gonna change. So for the augment, choosing change to one key, two. Choose from two augments. So now with one angelic key, you choose between two augments, and that's really insane. Or you can go with 5 key. 1 plus 4, it's 5, but it is like that. Yeah, so probably it's 5 key. You choose the augment you want directly. But a little bit less gambling, but more expensive. More market filters, that's pretty great. Maybe I skip it, but we also gonna be able to choose some affixes, I believe, that you want to highlight on the map. So such as the Archangel one that give us plus all skill on white item that you want to roll socket to be able to do really powerful rune words. You will be able to put like a what is the color? Teal, kind of a teal color, similar to Eric color drop. So it's gonna be really more instinctive to just like grab it right away instead of like look at every one of them. And the all skill is only available on the helmet and the weapon, if you didn't know. Item in general, so they're gonna change stuff. They're above the angelic key drop, so instead of 12k, it's gonna be 7.5k. Tweak unique drop rate slightly, decrease heroic drop rate slightly, decrease angelic drop rate. Yeah, this is really cool. You can now destroy the relic if you don't want to pick up. So if your loot, you open a chest, there's a relic drop, there's a lot of stuff you want to pick up, and there's that damn relic that always pop on your screen. You can just like get away, destroy, and now you can freely pick up your stuff. So that's gonna be great for that. They're gonna nerf the drop of every stuff, but they're gonna increase the magic fine in general. So we will see if it's a good or bad thing how they does, but it's not really easy to tweak. So shout out to them. Heroic item crafting now require 8 dust. Oh my god. Okay, so that's a big nerf for the rerolling. So big nerf for hardcore player or solo self-found, because this is a really great opportunity to find your stuff by rerolling dust. Alright, adjust and buff most weapon augment. Alright, traveling merchant increase chance to roll higher rune than before. Okay, blah blah blah. There's a lot of stuff like that. You can now level up your jewel crafting stat by prospecting ore threshold tier. Alright. So there's gonna some stuff in jewel crafting. Item change. So they nerf some glyph. There's gonna have some add up for the charm, such as explosion AoE on that. Reduce enemy resistance. So, this is uncommon grand charm, so like the 3 spaces but white color. So there's a lot of stuff like that. Now the great unstable dust, so like the blue dust in unstable rift, can give you angelic dust. So previously it was Eric and below. Now we can have angelic, 1 chance out of 1,000. You can now use prospect material to create Tinkerer Toolkit, which can be used to reroll any common item. Alright, interesting. I will have to see that. Probably a late game content. Okay, relic on hell difficulties have higher chance to be one you already have equipped, so that's cool. There's a lot of buff, change, nerf of all the items. Not all, but most of them, such as the Satanic, the Angelic, and the Eric. So we'll let you read all that. They added some new charm, new ring, so that's gonna be good for that. It's gonna be really fun. Relic change, right? Glyph nerf, as we talk about. Companion, so that's your pet. So increase companion loot pickup range and detection frequency. Companion now additionally collect collectible and securitable. Companion now vacuum all the item within a range of 200 pixels of the item they are picking up. Companion no longer gets stuck and collecting faster. Alright. Mercenary, they lower the cooldown for the ranger and the mage because they're usually less pick. They also buff the value for the knight, but they increase all mercenary strength, attack rating, vitality, intelligence. So they're gonna be way harder to kill, and that's a good thing for us. Because most of the time we equip a magic find or aura on them, so we want to keep them alive the most as we can. Alright, about this, classes. Each point of armor now decrease physical damage taken, so that's pretty cool. Decrease, yeah, so when we are casting spell, we are getting a bit slower when we casting them. Now the slower diminishing is gonna be less, so we're gonna be able to cast and run a little bit faster. You can now press random character creation, so that's a really cool addition to, if you don't know which class to pick and you want some challenge. The enemy is gonna see you in a longer range, so you will be seen by the monster by the farther they I'll say that the monster will see you even they're a little bit farther than before, just to jump on you. So just skill that are counted as explosion now show a bomb icon in the tooltip. So marksman probably gonna have a lot of buff since they're adding some explosion right there, and maybe marauder, I believe. So and all that, like Viking buff, pyromancer buff, marksman buff, pirate buff, nomad buff, redneck buff, necromancer buff, samurai buff, paladin a lot of buff, Amazon buff, demon slayer buff and rework for some. I know I've been known a little bit for my Demon Slayer guide, so I will be more in detail for this one in particular. So fast slice, so the one we use by leveling up until we reach level 8 to switch to bullet hell. Rework skill, now slash through enemies in slightly control angle while dashing, more dynamic and better visual. Fast light buff attack damage from 22.5 to 25. Fast Slice buff attack rating from 3.75 to 4.25. Fast Slice added AoE scaling from 1% per point. Sword Handler, I don't remember this one, added attack damage scaling for 2% per point. Slice of Shadows, rework skill, now more dynamic and better feeling, plus add attack rating correctly. Bullet Hell now fly faster and spread just a little bit more, also added attack rating correctly. So in the last season, like the 3, we add attack rating scaling on bullet L apparently didn't really works correctly. So that's a good news for us, that we are struggling by hitting sometimes the enemies. Like when you see a white X on the enemy, it's basically because you miss it. So all your damage is gone, all your mana per hit, your life per hit is gone. So that's why dexterity attack rating is really important in our defense as well. So by having free attack rating on the skill we use, is gonna need less attack rating in your defense and all, and more you go on difficulties, such as if you stay in Act 1 you will see less X in general, but if you go farther, like the Uber boss, the later zone, such as the where Satan is, where Mevius is, or even if you go in higher levels such as the Ruby Key, the Satanic Zone, and everything like that, they're gonna have more armor, so more X will happen if you don't have enough stat for that. Bullet Hell, back end rework. Every activated instance is now its own. There can be multiple. I don't know about that. There's a lot of characters that have this line on some spell, such as Absolute Mayhem have also this, so I can't help you on that. I will have to figure it out. Trigger Finger rework, now shoot 3 projectiles as a burst. Trigger Finger buff synergy slightly. Trigger Finger buff attack rating scaling from 3.75 to 5. Absolute Mayhem buff attack damage scaling from 18 to 35, so maybe one day we'll be able to use that spell and it will be good. Adjusted synergy, each bullet will now shoot where you aim, so that's cool. Oh, that's huge. Okay. So like this is our level 30 skill, like the big bullet in the straight line. Now it will shoot where you aim. So probably if you change your direction like that, maybe they will change their direction like that. So it's already a good improvement, but we really need more damage. They double it, so we'll have to see and adjust synergies. So if they pump it up, it will be maybe something to look up. Buff range Demon Slayer set bonuses, so like the green item that give bonus. Buff melee Demon Slayer set bonus. So that's all for the Demon Slayer. So Demon Spawn have some buff, White Mage have some great buff. Suko, my friend, probably gonna play the Curse White Mage. Shaman, there's a lot of buff on Shaman. Marauder have some buff too. Plague Doctor as well. Shield Lancer. Shield Lancer needs a really good buff because it's like the meme of Hero Siege. Like no one played that, or they try to play that and say, oh yeah, that's why no one played that. So shout out to every Shield Lancer that try hard to make it a real character. Elysianis, some buff. Jotun have some buff apparently, and that's the one I'm gonna play again. So for people who want more information as well, I will be streaming and I will be in vacancy as well. So I will have 1 week long off, no working, and just like enjoying playing Hero Siege. So if you want to grab some information just by looking up the gameplay, if you want some question to ask in French or in English, normally I stream in French, but if you say hi, I will be able to switch it up, just like as you see. My English is not perfect, but I can be understandable most of the time. So you will be able to hang out with us, even in the lurk, or asking question, or be hyped if I pull a rig drop, whatever. So yeah, my channel of Twitch is gonna be the same as YouTube. So Woobou, WOOBOU, and we're gonna stream most of the day. And after that, I'm gonna stream a little bit of Hero Siege, probably switch to my regular content such as Diablo 2, Pokemon, and a Super Mario 64 speedrun. So a little shout out for that if you want to see. But in the early season of Hero Siege, by the June 7, I'm gonna work this day, so by 8 June 8, 9, 10 and further on, for 1 week I will be streaming. And also an interesting thing that we're gonna do to extend our gameplay, because most of the time my friends and I, we are playing really hardcore, not in hardcore, but like really try hard, a lot of hours play in a short amount of time, and we just end the season pretty fast. I stopped doing video because I don't know what to do, and I don't feel like I want to create new characters. So for extending our gameplay, for playing yeah, for that, we just decided to do a solo guild found. So it's similar to solo self found, so Odyssey mode, such as you don't have access to the shop, but you only have to drop by yourself. But we will play in softcore, but we don't allow ourselves to buy in the shop, so we can sell in the shop. So if we get some poison crazy item and no one in our crew play poison, we're just gonna sold it on the market. We're gonna have money, and with this money we're gonna be able to buy Angelica in the Shadow Realm, or like Veras, Geras if we happens to find something we want. So that's about it. So we can sell stuff, but we're not gonna be able to buy stuff, so the runes and the early level gear, because if you want to have a really great build characters, if you play on the first week of the Hero Siege, the price is gonna be low. People want to sell fast, they don't know the power of some item that you used to know, so it's the time to buy all your gear, or just like stack it on your chest and selling later on, because when there's gonna be like 1 month and a half pass for the season, people go crazy. They sell all the gear like max price with runes exchange like Zed or Bear, and it's like crash the market, and it's really not enjoyable. So the early season is the perfect time to start, and it's the hype of the new season. So best of luck to you all, and to avoid that for us, we just decided to go on a solo guild found. So that's gonna be interesting, and by this way as well, I'm gonna be less stronger fast, so I will not be able to show you like a crazy build of Jotun like right away, but we're gonna play a lot, so that might help. The luck needs to be on our side, and there's gonna also a lot more information on the Hero Siege Discord, so it will also be in the description as usual. A lot of information I took there. People are really nice in general, and you can also ask your question yourself for having a specific information that I might don't have known previously. So I'm gonna play Jotun. Jotun gonna have a lot of buff. There's a teleport on Jotun that's really amazing. So I'm jump back on that. I used to know physical item more, so it might have a struggle for that. I know in season 2, I believe, I played the Jotun. So we'll see. We'll see. Exo have some nerf on the whip slash, but a buff as well. A little buff here and there. The Butcher have some buff. The Stormweaver, apparently, even it's the new character, have some buff again. And they change the synergy on Lightning Surge. So that's about it. If you want to read all that and be hype for the next month, I will leave that in the description. You'll be able to see. So let's do that. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you're hype. I hope you will find some great stuff in the next season, and I can't wait to see some new mechanics. So if there's new stuff that you don't know, I'm gonna do a video on it. Don't be shy to ask in the description if you want some stuff in particular an answer for. I will do my best to provide you this answer. So thank you very much, and see you on the next one. Bye.